Hi, everyone. All right, I'm going to close a few of my windows here. Happy Labor Day. Happy Monday, everyone. So happy to be stamping with you here tonight. I have to tell you that it took a little bit of discipline for me to get up here and get organized to get ready to stamp with you guys because I had a blast this weekend and I did not want my weekend to end. My voice is a little bit hoarse, I think, from doing some trail riding and all of the dust and all of that got into my lungs. So I had so much fun, but I love stamping, and that's super fun too. And I'm really happy to be here stamping with all of you. Hi, Julie and Jody. I am 90% sure I have all of my audio settings all situated, but of course, if there's any issues, I'm sure you all will let me know. I am so happy that you're joining me for another Make It Monday live. So for those who are new to watching my YouTube, I'm live on YouTube and also on Facebook, on my Facebook page. I go live every Monday evening with some inspiration with our Stampin' Up! Products. And I always hope to give you lots of ideas for using your Stampin' Up! Stuff. Tonight I want to show you, I've got 2 cards in mind tonight, and I haven't made them ahead of time, but they're up here in my head. And I want to show you something different you can do with your die cut pieces or your dies from the Nature's Harvest bundle. And I also am hoping to show you something unique that you can do with some of the stamps in the stamp set. So I'm really excited that you're joining me. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. And those of you who are returning, thanks for spending some time with me again tonight. I love stamping with each of you. I have so much fun connecting with all of you every Monday. My name is Rose Grunwald. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And that's just a fancy way of saying I'm your creative coach. I want to show you all new techniques and ideas and ways to use your products. I really like relatively simple stamping. I don't like to do a lot of really complex stuff, so my goal is always to make things that you can also make at home. So, all right. I see so many people saying hi. Oh my goodness, Jody and Sharon and Peace and Mary and Vicky and Sandy, thank you so much for joining, all of you. My comments are scrolling a little quickly, so I may have missed some of you. I apologize for that, but I do love to read each and every one of your comments after my live, so make sure you send me some love as I am stamping. All right, I am going to turn my camera around and get started. So tonight we're stamping with the Nature's Harvest bundle. Oh my goodness, I just scratched myself. Yikes, hopefully that does not bleed for long. Okay, so we have got Nature's Harvest stamp set and coordinating dies. Now these dies, this is another 2-pager. We've got so many of these 2-pagers in our catalog. So we've got 7 images here, so 3 images and 4 sentiments on the Nature's Harvest cling stamp set. And it coordinates, like our images coordinate with these 2, and then we've got some tags for our sentiments, and then some really pretty harvest, turn on another light here, harvest images that coordinate. Now, the really awesome thing is that I am featuring this bundle in my September class to go. So this is the bundle that I have for my September class. You are going to make 12 beautiful cards. We've got a variety of reasons to make the cards. You can pre-order now through the 15th. You got a sneak peek of some of those cards there on the screen. So you get to make 2 each of 6 designs. And my classes have been filling up lately, so you're not going to want to wait to do that pre-order. You can find the pre-order right down here at rosegrunwald.com. Across the top, you will see links for my classes. So we're going to use some of this Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper. You get a half a pack of this in your class to go. We're going to use some of the cork paper tonight, and we're going to use the Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder, and of course this absolutely gorgeous natural diamond weave ribbon. I love this stuff. It has such a perfect kind of country fall look to it. So all those and all of those products are included in your class. Okay, so Nature's Harvest paper, I decided to pick out this pretty pattern here, and of course this is two-sided. I like the coral pattern of it. You can see it's got really beautiful misty moonlight and bumblebee fall patterns. Hang on, I gotta get this put away. Let's take out these that I haven't cut up so you can see what they look like. I really like this one. It's a good fall one. And then we've got this crumb cake kind of antique look. Here's some soft succulent antique look too. Some cattails. Oh, this is like a pretty, you can see that pattern in there. I really love the distressed look of this color. See that pattern? And then we've got these crumb cake. Hi, Carol, Marcia, Diana, welcome. Look at that pattern. Isn't that fun? Oh, Sharon got the bundle and she loves it. It's gorgeous. This is one of the easiest class I ever designed for because the ideas just kept coming to me. And even tonight, as I thought, I want to make some more cards featuring this bundle, the ideas just kept rolling along. So our first card, I've got some pieces cut here. I am pairing the Calypso Coral with this Calypso Coral pattern of the branches, and there's some words behind there. You can see some lettering behind there. Robin asks, where did you get your plastic paper holders? She can't find them. Robin, I got them on Amazon. What I can do is find the link to the ones I used, and I will reply to your comment with the link so you can see the exact ones that I use. Not a problem. Okay, so we're going to use this pretty pattern paper, and then I'm going to coordinate it with Misty Moonlight. I think this color goes really good together. It looks a little washed out with my bright colors on my screen. Let's see if I turn this off. Does that help? You can see a little bit better. Maybe if I turn this one off. But it's absolutely stunning together. All right, so our Misty Moonlight is just a half sheet of cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm gonna fold it in half and burnish that edge. And you know what? I didn't cut an inside, but that's okay. We can quickly do that. Stamping on the fly here tonight. I have ideas in my head, and you know, will they turn out as good as I think? I guess we'll see. We will see. Okay. So I think we're going to want an inside for this tonight too. Okay, now this designer series paper piece is cut 1/8 of an inch smaller than your card front piece. So it's going to be 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And that's going to get glued down right on the front of our card. But first, before I do any of that, I don't want to ruin this card. We've got another layer then that's 1/4 of an inch smaller than our Calypso Coral piece. So we're going to have just a little bit bigger border here. around for this misty moonlight. And let me just double check. Hang on. It's a 1/4 of an inch smaller, but I can't remember exactly the size. I didn't jot it down. So 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, and we are going to run this through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with our Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder. Hey, Julie, welcome. Glad you could join. Thanks for sharing, Diana. Now, this Time Worn Type 3D embossing folder is an add-on item to my class to go. So you are able to add this on to your bundle. Now, I'm going to show you on these embossing folders, there is a straight line here. This is what I use as my guide to make sure that I am embossing a straight layer. You can see it through, and that's where I line up my paper with that straight line, just like that. And then we run it through our embossing, or our cut and emboss machine. I'm using my Big Boss tonight. Hi, Rhonda. Hope you're doing well. So what did everybody do for Labor Day weekend? I want to hear all about it. Did you do anything fun for the nice long weekend? Tell me in the comments what you did for Labor Day. Okay, let's have a great reveal here. So here is our piece of paper embossed. Isn't that pretty? Like here, look, here's the word harvest. You can kind of make out there. I really like the look of that embossing folder. Oh, and I put away my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but we actually still need it. Oh, Sharon made cards. Jody worked. Diana cooked, did laundry, and stamped. That's awesome. Hi, Dorothy. Welcome. Okay, now that we've got this layer all embossed, we're going to do some die cutting. And I'm going to grab this, I don't know if this is a daisy. I'm not entirely sure what the heck this is, but this is the flower that we're going to die cut. And I'm going to center this on my cardstock layer right in the middle. And we're going to die cut that out. What we're actually using in this card is the negative space from our die cut. Cone flower, Jody says. It's called a cone flower. Ooh, Rhonda played bingo. Sounds fun, and made cards. Of course, it's amazing making cards. Now, this piece that's die cut out, save it, because definitely we can use this. All right. So we're going to put back, apparently this is a cone flower, our cone flower here, and start constructing our card front. So I'm going to glue my Calypso Coral Designer Series paper layer down here. I'm using my Stampin' Seal. I find Stampin' Seal to be a really good quality adhesive that does not lose its stickiness in the mail when I send it. It lasts a really long time. Now this is going to be a tight squeeze because our border is really, really thin. So I'm being very careful here before I finalize. That looks pretty good. So we have just a peek of that misty moonlight all around the edges. Julie made cards and had a barbecue with the kids. Now that sounds fun too. John and I went up north. Laurel asks, are 3D embossing folders larger than the Cricut machine folders? Oh, that is a good question that I'm going to have to look up. I don't know the answer to that because I have not used a Cricut machine. All right, so I'm double checking that word harvest here to make sure it's going the right way. And what we're going to do is we're going to layer this right on top of our pretty paper. So I'm going to come in with my dimensionals and pop those on. So Laura, let me investigate that for you and I will reply to your comment and with my answer once I'm able to find it. Okay, I'm posting my dimensionals. I really want a nice, I'm putting a lot of them here, but I don't want this layer really floppy around my die cut piece. I want this to be nice and firm without a lot of sagging. I don't want any sagging. So that's why I'm going kind of dimensionals overload here. I might have gone a little too much, but I really do not want this to sag. When you're using these, the negatives from your die cut pieces as a layer, you really want that to be a nice, firm card front layer without saggy centers. And so the more dimensionals, the better. And we all have got a stash of dimensionals. So I'm not worried about running out. So for Labor Day, John and I went up north to his cousin's cabin. We took our UTV riding on the trails and we had a blast. I had a particularly trying week at work, and so it was just really, really nice at my day job. It was really, really nice to get away for a relaxing weekend. Okay, there we go. We're going to center that on and place it. I really like that. Isn't that super cool? Very simple so far. All right, now, you remember me telling you that you have the option to, or that in my class you get the cork as well. I've got a couple scraps of the cork paper here, and I think this will just really, really pop with this card. Now, I've also got a bow, and I'm going to show you how to make this, but I have it made already that I want to put on here. So I want to kind of, where do we want the bow and where do we want the cork? I don't even know if this bow will go well on here. Let's make a smaller one. All right, so for this bow, so here's my bow. Let me bring it closer to the camera. We're using linen thread and this pretty, oh, and maybe a wider piece of cork would be, like down here would be nice. Like that, I think that looks pretty good. That's probably what we'll do here, this wider cork. All right. I've got a piece of linen thread here. And then we've got this pretty diamond weave ribbon. And what I'm going to do is, okay, we're going to start with a tail, and then we're going to fold a couple of loops. Fold it over like you're folding it in half. Stick your finger down to hold down the next loop and fold it over again. And then this will end up being the center of your bow, and then you have your tails. So the longer your folds are before you fold it back, the bigger your loops end up being. So if you want bigger loops, you do it like so. Okay, and then I just trim my edges like this. And then this is going to get bunched together when I make my bow. So I'm going to grab a piece here of linen thread. And I picked the linen thread because I wanted a nice neutral, natural texture, and linen thread is perfect for that. And I just wrap it around the center here. And I like to kind of put it down on my table and then tie this in a bow. And of course, because it's linen thread, you know, we're going to tie it in a knot first. And then we're going to tie it in a bow. Well, I don't have really long tails here, so hopefully this will work. I usually cut a lot more ribbon than this. Trying not to waste. Okay. And then just like, you know, with your regular linen thread, you just pull the edges and trim it up like so. And then you can kind of tug on these tails and trim them where you would like them. Just like this. We've got this fun bow. What do you think? You like that? Isn't that a cool technique? A different way to make a bow. And then I just like to, and if you want more loops, you just go around and loop that even more. So I'm going to put that right there with a glue dot. Hey, Shar, welcome. All right. So grab a glue dot here. Whoops, I didn't want to stick. All right. And I'm going to stick my glue dot on here. And now for our cork piece, I'm going to make this a thank you card because I always need more thank you cards. This also, I have good luck in here, and that would be a really good sentiment too. I think I'll do good luck because it fits really well on the size cork that I picked. So I'm going to grab my Misty Moonlight. This says good luck. Stamp it down there. Just like this. And then I'm going to have this coming in from the end. This looks like it's still a little bit wet, so you're going to want to be really careful with this. I'm going to put that down there and try not to move it when I put my glue on. Okay, just like this. And then I'm going to trim off the end to match the edge of my card. There's our first card. Oh, inside. We've cut our inside piece. So I'm going to grab these little flowers here. And I am going to grab my Calypso Coral. scrap here. Bring that Calypso Coral in. To the corner of our inside piece. Isn't that so pretty? I love those sweet little flowers. Okay, now wipe that ink off. Hey, Arliss. Oh, thank you, Mary. That's so nice. Mary says she loves the lace bow. It's something unique to do with that pretty diamond weave ribbon because with it being a natural texture, I find that tying it in a bow itself can be a little bit bulky. So I wanted a bow without the bulk, and that worked really, really well for me. Now, you know that we need some bling, so I'm going to come in here and grab my brush metallic dots. I think I have an open package of these somewhere. Yep. And you get a pack of these brush metallic dots in your class to go as well. So let's put a couple of these in here, put one here, and then we'll put one down here. So we get a little bit of bling. There we go. There's our first card. What do you think? Simple, sweet and simple. The bow was a little bit more complex, but if you practice, I know you'll be able to get that down pat. Okay, what do you think? Are we ready for card number 2? Need to put a few of these things away and clean off my stamps. Thank goodness for my chamois. It's so easy sitting here for me to just clean those stamps up and get them out of the way. So who here is a fall card maker? I love making like fall seasonal pretty cards. And you know, this bundle I love because I get to make them during my favorite fall time of year, but they're really going to work well for any time of year. I mean, a card like this works well whether it's fall or not, but I love how the colors are really coordinating with my love for fall. So are you a fall card maker? Why don't you share that with us in the comments? I'd love to know if you are a fall card maker. Shar loves the warm colors of fall. Ooh, Mary says, yep, she's raising her hand. She's a fall card maker. I love this little emoji. Isn't that cute? I definitely love the warm colors of fall as well. In fact, our class to go, look at these pretty warm colors. This is one of the cards you get to make in the class. Isn't that gorgeous? And how about this one? Aren't those beautiful? Ooh, here's another one. A lot of natural, warm, fall, beautiful colors. But of course, you could use those cards for so many different reasons. They are not just for fall. They work great all year round, but it's super fun to dig out those warm colors, especially after the bright of summer. Oh my goodness, I just love it. Okay, we're moving on to card number 2, and I was inspired on Pinterest to make this card. So I think we're going to get our die cutting out of the way first. I've just got a scrap of basic black here, and I'm going to cut out these stalks of wheat or oats or grass or whatever they are. And I'm going to cut these now because I think this is going to help me determine where I want to place my stamping for my card front layer. Ooh, Julie gravitates toward Christmas. Sandy loves fall colors, and it goes with Thanksgiving. You know, Sandy, Thanksgiving is probably my favorite holiday. I always say that, and then I say it's because it kicks off the warmth of the Christmas season. I actually think Christmas is my favorite holiday, but Thanksgiving is such a close second. It would be so hard to really have to choose. But it's also hunting season for those of us in Wisconsin around Thanksgiving, and I love to go deer hunting with my dad. It is a wonderful family tradition. And so as the temperatures get cooler and I start to see the tall cornfields start to turn brown, I just love all the warm colors of nature this time of year. Julie gravitates towards Christmas. So how many Christmas card makers do we have here? Do we have a lot that make their own Christmas cards? I have panicked and bought them before, but I've been a lot better at making them. All right, so we have got a few layers here. I've got a piece of basic white thick. That's just a half a sheet of cardstock, again, 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm gonna fold and burnish this. Usually I score this, but tonight I didn't because I wanted to see if I get a nice crisp fold, and I do. So that's good to know, so I don't have to score. Oh my goodness, Marsha's Christmas cards are all done. Okay, so who else has all their Christmas cards done? I want to know if Marsha is the only one, because I am definitely an underachiever in that area. If yours are all done, Marsha, I am so wowed. Okay, I have two other layers that we're going to be using here. A piece of basic black, and that is just 1/4 of an inch smaller than our card base. So it's 5.25 by 4. And then I've got a piece of basic white that's going to layer on top of that. And it's 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And we're going to use, I'm going to pull it out of here. I'm going to show you, this idea inspired me. I want to see how this goes, but you never know. I'm going to use this splotchy, like this ink splotch here for this card. Okay, so I've got it layered. I'm using a D block for this in case you're wondering what size. And I was going to do it diagonal, but I see that it fits straight across, so we will do that. Okay, so Shar says our group of 6 girls made over 1,000 Christmas cards for a craft show fundraiser 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of card making. How amazing. Okay, so we're going to use a few different colors here. We've got Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, and Cherry Cobbler. I'm going to start with my Bumblebee. Speaking of bumblebees, they are everywhere. I am seeing bees everywhere I look. And it is driving me nuts because I don't like bees very much. Okay, and what I am doing here is just stamping across this card front, like so. That's awfully bright. I feel like that's going to be too bright. So we're going to do this over. I know what I have in mind, and that's too dark. Well, maybe it won't be too dark, but just in case, we're gonna, while we have these colors going, we're gonna stamp another one. So let me just cut another layer here really quick. This is what stamping on the fly is like, guys. Ladies, I should say. Okay, so we may use this. And I'm gonna also try stamping off here. Because I'm just not really sure that the dark of that bumblebee is the look that I'm really going for here. Okay, I'm just kind of randomly stamping in there. Oh, that is so cool, Shar. Julie says, mine are, but I make them all year round. She keeps 200 of them on hand all the time. That's super cool. Cindy says she likes this technique. Yeah, so this is something unique here. I've got two different versions of this bumblebee, and we're going to see how this goes. Let me clean off the bumblebee. And next I'm going to go in for some Calypso Coral. Okay, that's awfully bright, so I'm for sure stamping off on that one. Okay. Just a little bit there. Okay, and if while we have it out, we could do some full strength here and some stamped off, and we can see how this turns out. And then we'll see what one we like the best at the end. Okay, we'll clean this off. Can you guys see this? I'm sorry, I'm stamping off the screen. So here we've got our two so far. Here's how they're looking. I could maybe make this one a little bit bigger. We can always come back in with our other layers here. So now we've got Cherry Cobbler, and since we've been going full strength on this one, let's try that first. Right in the center of all that. Like that. I don't want to get too carried away here by these layers, because I think a lot of times less is more. Okay, so here we have them both. And our wheat's going to go in front. I really like it with this lighter one. I think I'm going to go with this lighter one. Okay. And now for this one, I'm going to grab my thank you sentiment. Oh, Jody likes the lighter one too. Yeah, I think that that's the one I'm going to go with here. Okay. I'm coming in here with my Memento ink. But first I'm going to glue this down because I need to know where to stamp. So let me get out this is a smaller piece, so I'm going to use my liquid glue. Okay, we're just gluing in here. Putting a little glue on. Oh, and I just realized I did not, it's okay. I didn't glue my layer down, but that's okay. I'll do this afterwards. Okay. I am putting my wheat here, which will help me to know exactly where to place my thank you stamp set. And I could go above or below, but I feel like below would be good. I don't know, I might want to pop that up on a dimensional. So let me grab a strip. I have so many strips of white. Yeah, so many strips of white from cutting all my classes to go. Laura says below, and I agree. I think it goes below. Okay, I've stamped my sentiment here. And now I need to glue my layers together. I've got a beautiful breeze coming in my window, but I'm really paranoid it's going to blow all of my layers away. So I'm like using my stamp blocks here as paperweights. Okay, we're going to glue this to our basic black layer. Now that's helping us get a lot of pop out of that black. And then that will go on our white layer here. Now this could also go, I didn't think of this originally, but this could also go on a piece of Bumblebee. I think I like that better than the white. What do you think? The Bumblebee or the white? And here's where our sentiment's gonna go. Ooh, I think the white, because my whites. Well, as you can see, you're gonna have so many options. All right, but I will pop this layer up on dimensionals on my white. So let's grab some of those. Oh, I got a lot of people telling me Bumblebee instead of white. White. I have another vote for white. I think I'm going to do white, but here's the cool thing. You ladies know that you can make this at home and it's going to go really great on the Bumblebee. Okay, so we've got this popped up on our white layer. Oops, I didn't. Okay. So it was a little crooked, so let me try this again. There we go. Now I'm liking it. Okay, and then we will come in with our sentiment, glue that down. Ooh, hello, Netherlands. I don't know how to say your name. Is it Anique? What a beautiful name. Okay, so we're going to glue this sentiment down. And then just like before, we will trim it off to match the edge of our card, like so. And We need bling for sure. But I think I want the gold. You know what would look really good on this one? The matte black dots. But I gotta find them. Ooh, I see them floating around in here. Here we go. Mixing and matching our embellishments, everyone. Okay. So I'm going to put one here. Put one here. And then I was thinking one here. There you go. Card number 2. What do you think? That was something definitely unique to do with that fun little ink splash stamp. Now, of course, it's like the perfect size to go behind that little flower, but I thought there's a different way to use that. And I saw some inspiration on Pinterest, and this is what came of our card. All right. Here we go. All right, there's our 2 cards tonight. Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm seeing so much love. I really love the black, how that pops here in that card. And then we've got some really natural textures and colors here with our first one. Thank you so much, Mary. And I see that Inaka, the first sound like, okay, so Inaka, it sounds like is how you say it. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce your name. Thank you, Mary. I'm glad that you really love them. If you can't get enough of Nature's Harvest, you definitely need to get my class to go. You can pre-order by the 15th, remember, and I've got a link to pre-order in my blog. I'll post it after this video is done uploading officially to Facebook and YouTube. I'll post that link in there so that you can get the link right to my class. And don't forget to join me next Monday. I'm live every Monday, so I will be here again, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, stamping with you. Thank you again so much for watching. Hope you were inspired, and if you have any questions about any of my projects tonight, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can email me at countrycardsbyrose@gmail.com or watch my blog for the replay. I usually have it posted by Wednesday or Thursday where I'll have all the measurements and a video replay as well. So just a reminder, there's our beautiful projects. All right, thanks so much for joining, everyone. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening and a great rest of your week. I'll see you here next time. Bye.